humans of the internet. Welcome to this level 15 interview with Brandon, who plays Bombah, who, when we play this, will have just hit level 15 in our Gallant Horde. We're pre-recording it, so he hasn't got there yet, so it's possible I might still kill him, but we'll see. Brandon, hi. Welcome.
Hey. How are you?
I'm pretty good, thanks. It's nice and sunny here in New Zealand. Spring has arrived. I'm excited. Adam is less excited. So I'm just gonna have a bit of a chat with you and ask you some probing questions and try to find out some secrets about Bombah's dodgy past, if that's okay with you.
Okay.
I don't know if he has a dodgy past, but if he has, we're gonna find out. So I guess before we launch into that, let's talk about you and how you came to the Horde. What your route to the Gallant Horde was and how that happened.
It all started many moons ago when you were running a amnesia one shot and
oh, that's right, yeah. I forgot you were in that too.
Hey, there's this cool person who's named Jax, whose kid did a really cool thing that we're doing a thing for.
Mm-hmm.
And she's trying to run a D&D game and you should play.
That's right. So, that was the first game I ever streamed. I totally forgot that you were in that one. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
All 6+ hours of it.
It was bonkers. Since then, I have learned to do pacing. Slightly better, anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, you just never really left because then you were in the level 21 and then you were in the ladder one. No, you weren't in the ladder one because you won the level 21, isn't that right? Yeah. So you weren't in the ladder one. You had to fight the champion. Cool. And then you joined the Horde as Bombah.
Yes.
So tell us a bit about Bombah. He's a very interesting character.
He is. He's actually the first character that I have ever played that has not multi-classed.
Oh, wow. Yet.
Yeah. Yet. We'll see. I don't know where I would go, but we'll see.
I feel like he has some potential warlock in him. I feel like if offered the opportunity, he would take it. So where did he come from? Where did you what inspired you to make this strange Tortle Wizard?
He started off with this concept of I wanted to do a wizard, and I liked the idea of a divination wizard. And on top of that, he just kind of he always in my head was that kind of voodoo witch doctory feel, where very much with the dark magic, but the divination and the like as well. So that's kind of where he spawned from.
He's cool.
Like spellcasters. So
I'm aware that you like spellcasters. I love him because I never know what he's going to do. And I love that as a DM. It keeps me on my toes. So he seems to me, this is the impression I've got over the last however long he's been playing, that his primary concern is finding new knowledge. Like that's his driving thing, is knowledge. Yes. So my question is he looking for something in particular, or is he just broadening his horizons?
He is. Tortles live to be about 50 years old, according to the DMG. And Bombah is in his early 40s, so
right.
He does not really want to die, so he's looking for ways to extend that.
I see, hence all the necromantic stuff.
Yeah. The lady is powerful enough that it seemed like a good segue into somebody that might be able to help him get that knowledge, which is why he joined the Horde. Right. I know a lot of people have said that they kind of feared the lady because she was strong and maybe not on the up and up, but he's like, yeah, she is what she is. I understand that she is someone that's looking for people to do set tasks, and I will play that game to get the knowledge that I need, and maybe try and prove myself to prove that I am worthy of that knowledge. So
cool. So he seems to be very, how do I put this nicely, pragmatic about morals, which is to say he's not particularly driven by like a moral compass exactly, which has kind of sometimes put him in conflict with other characters who are much more morally driven.
Yes.
How do you as a player feel about that? And then also, how does he as a character feel about that?
Oh, I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
One of the first things that came up after the Elena incident
Yep.
was there's a lot of chatter back and forth in chat about how people didn't trust Boomba, and I thought that was very much his backstory. It was like everybody, they're like, he's powerful, he knows he can do some stuff, but I don't know that I trust him. So he didn't really have any friends. He just kind of lived on the outskirts of town and was the person that people went to when they needed something.
Right. He's the witch, is what he is. The witch in the forest. Yeah.
Yeah. So he is well versed in that and what people think of him that way. So he was. It wasn't a huge change.
Not super fast.
Yes.
What about the thing with Eclipsis, where Eclipsis thought she had killed him and was then really upset about it? Quite obviously, really upset about it. Was he surprised that she was upset?
I don't know that he was surprised that she was upset. He didn't look at it as anything that was outside of the parameters of what he expected. He's like, this is a gamble. I know it's a gamble. So if this happens, so be it. I don't want it to happen, but I'm powerful enough that I think I can prevent it from happening.
Right. And it was close.
Yeah, it was.
It was very close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anyone in the Horde that he feels, I guess, a particular affinity to? Because it doesn't seem like he's like created any major connections with anyone, but is there anyone that he likes or
Zenkayla would definitely be somebody that he has kind of gravitated towards because she was the first one that said, "Hey, do you want to be my friend?"
And
gave
which was very Zenkayla.
Yeah. And that was after again all the Elena drama. So she was the one that came up to him, asked him his side of the story, talked to him, found out what happened, and then said, "Hey, let's be friends." And so
that's really sweet.
His instinct was, okay, this is somebody that wants to interact with me on more than a I need something term. So he went ahead, and that was the first page that he pulled out of his spell book and handed off.
That's right. Let's talk about the spell book because it's really cool. Yeah. Do you want to tell us about it?
Sure, yeah. His spell book, because I wanted something other than just your usual dusty old tome. I was like, he's divination, so fortune telling. We'll go with cards. Tarot cards are something that's synonymous with reading and telling the future. So that was where I went with it. I was like, that's his spell book. It's just a bunch of different cards, and he will use those with his ritual telling or to get his divinations, his portents, and that's just going to be his thing.
It's really cool. In Discord, you've shown us a couple of the cards, and they look like they were drawn by a child, which I love.
They do.
I kind of really want to actually make a deck of cards, but then you would have to draw all of them. But I think that would be
I
fun.
thought about it, but then I realized I would have to draw all of
Yeah.
them. I draw them as they come up. So
Yeah, it's pretty cute. I love it. So he's given one to Zinkala
one to Zinkala and one to Eclipsis.
and one to the Arcana Lot now.
Yes.
Okay. Which one did he give to Eclipsis? I forgot.
He gave her Mage Armor.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Cool. Which was a spell that he literally scribed into his spellbook for that one mission because he figured, okay, I'm going to be in a not tortle body, so I need some AC.
Yep.
And then I never ended up needing to use it.
No, because all the people were big and buff. Cool. So the Gallant Horde is a very different kind of format to what a usual campaign is like, because we've done this like series of one-shots thing rather than, an ongoing campaign. As a player, what's that like for you?
Honestly, for me, I did a lot of my D&D through Adventurers League, which is a very similar concept.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that far of a stretch for me.
Cool.
I'm used to just kind of being able to jump into different adventures and you get your stuff and you go along and then you have your own little backstory that you get to share with yourself. So that's nice with this is you still get that backstory and that other interactions that you would get with a long campaign that you don't get with that. So.
Yeah, which is something I didn't expect. The amount of I guess interaction and stuff that goes on in the Discord between adventures is not something I expected at all. That's something that the players have just brought to it, which is super cool, and I love it because it has allowed a lot of neat story stuff to happen.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about the last week where you looked at the lady. You told me, I can't remember if you said it on stream or not, but you told me that Bombah had believed that the lady was a dragon.
Yep. That was off screen. That was
So is that
when Elena had her conversation and the lady said that she had collections and she liked to collect things. So.
All right. Okay, yep, Dragon Hordes, gotcha. Okay. So did you was it only at this point that Bombah gave that theory up? Because it would be wasn't a dragon?
Well, it would have been during the conversation with the Arcanoloth that he gave that theory up.
Oh, okay. Because of all the Fae stuff.
Yeah, because the Arcanoloth said that we reeked of Fae and
right.
So
what's his theory now? Because I think Brandon knows who the lady is, right? But Bombah doesn't yet.
No, yeah. He's putting together that she's probably a powerful Fae of some sorts. He's not quite sure what tier she's at, but he's cocky enough that he's going to try and have a conversation with her again on the terms that he was wanting to do it originally. So he's been waiting until he hits level 15 and gets Mind Blank.
Oh, yep.
Because that's immunity to charms and psychic damage and all the other things that might mess with his mind.
Interesting.
So he will definitely try it again because he doesn't know who he's dealing with. But he thinks that if he can have that conversation and prove that he can have that conversation and stand there and do that, that's going to garner some attention and say, hey, this is somebody you need to pay attention to.
I mean, I think he's already got her attention. That trick with the body swap thing got her attention. Do you have a favorite Horde moment so far?
Oh. That's really...
I know.
Yeah. There are a lot of little things that I've been a part of that have just been
cool.
Really, yeah. I really liked the magic jar shenanigans.
Yeah, that was pretty
because
neat.
that was fun. And then the adventure with the rock, where
Oh yeah.
I managed to take out the one with disintegrate,
Mhm,
pissed off the other one enough that it flew off,
mhm.
and managed to slow it and catch up with it and take it out.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. The magic jar thing was very interesting because it went as a DM, it went the best possible way, which is to say
Yeah,
you didn't die, but it was this freaking close.
yeah,
You know, you could have. It was so
yeah.
close, which I love. Um, that's my favorite thing when I DM
Hmm.
is if you get to that
Yes.
point where it's like so close, but then I don't
Oh
actually
yeah.
want everyone to die for all my jokes about killing everyone. Um, cool. Do you
Yeah.
have a favorite mission so far that you've been on?
Ooh, that one.
Slightly
That's
different
a
to the
little
first
tougher.
question. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. Maybe the very first one with the dragons,
It's
because
so
I was
interesting
able
because
to
all three of
figure
you
out
have
that.
said that.
Yeah.
Hella, Eclipses, and you have all said that. Why?
Um, that was the first time I kind of got to show off the Boomba's playstyle, which is not really. He doesn't go after damage.
Mm.
He hurts enemies in a far worse method with action economy. So
Yeah. You and Eclipses are quite a potent combo.
yes,
Mm.
well, that and the being able to just give a paladin a natural 20 on a roll
Yeah.
is nice too.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Um, is there anything coming up that you're particularly looking forward to that you have like?
The one that I'm really looking forward to, and it's still going to be a little ways off, is the one with the archmage.
Yep. Yep.
Though being able to go and take on an actual archmage,
Mm.
and then having another wizard, hopefully, in there with me, it's just going to make it that much more.
Yeah. It's interesting because when I came up with that, I came up with that one a while back. Um, and I think I'm gonna have to make it more dangerous than I originally thought.
Oh,
Just because of
probably.
you and Harper and the way you both play.
Yeah,
If you both end up in that one, it's going to be very interesting.
yeah.
Hmm. Is there
Just need lots
anything?
of.
Go ahead.
You just need lots of wizards for it.
Yeah. And then things that cause huge amounts of damage. Um, is there anything we haven't done that you would be interested in seeing?
Um, honestly, and I'm going to steal this one from Jamie because I loved his answers. The an urban setting, just
Urban,
being
yeah.
able to go in there and not have to cause utter destruction or to.
Gonna have to do a few of those, I think. Although we have the canals one, although that's a lower level one, which is in an
Yeah,
urban thing. But yeah, there are a few coming up. Even this weekend's one is a shipyards, so it's technically in a city. But
yeah,
yeah, it's. I might have to do a higher level urban one for you folks.
yeah. That would definitely be
Interesting.
interesting.
Mm. Cool. Is there anything about Bombah or you, I guess, and your experience here that you would like to share with the people who watch these?
All right. Well, I guess the one thing that in my head, Boomba has always had a very thick accent, akin
Oh,
to, I don't know if you've seen The Waterboy,
no.
an Adam Sandler movie,
Mm,
and he's out in Louisiana, and they have a coach that is named Farmer Fran, and he has a very thick Cajun accent, and that is what I picture Boomba having. I could
right.
never pull that
But you
off,
can't
so
do
he
it.
has
Yeah.
never had that. Yes,
That's kind of great.
but
In your
it's
head,
a
he has
cross
this accent
between,
that.
yes, a cross between Common and Aquan, because that's a language that turtles have.
Yeah, I like that. that like thick Louisiana. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
interesting. Does he have any secrets that you're willing to share?
Right now, I think in his mind, the best way to reach his goal of not dying is lichdom, which may or may not have been an obvious
I
path
mean,
for him.
I can see it because
Yeah,
of the necromantic
yeah,
shenanigans,
yeah,
and the fact that he's pragmatic. He's not.
yeah,
He doesn't. He's not super bound by any particular moral thing. So I can see it. Well, maybe
yeah. He
that's
will.
in Bombah's future. I guess we'll have to wait and
Yeah,
see.
yeah. He will work within the rules that are confined to him, but um, that's one of the reasons why he never retaliated against Elena when she hit him with that attack. Though he did make a point of disintegrating that rock on that same mission, just kind of as a
Yep. Look what I
be
can
careful.
do.
Yeah, look what I can do. Be careful. Which I think I said to in a conversation with Wasitam was the whole that was done as to make a point.
Yes.
So
Um. So what does he think of Elena? Because you've come head to head a couple of times. And I know that Griffin also loves to play the conflict thing. Like he
yeah,
really enjoys that aspect of D&D. So
yeah. He doesn't necessarily have a problem with Elena because um, he doesn't think that Elena could ultimately take him out. She's not a threat to him in that capacity.
interesting. Okay.
More more along the lines of that fly that just keeps getting in your way.
Oh,
Um,
I hope Griffin watches this.
yeah,
Oh,
no, the best part about all this too is the fact that that whole thing with Elena started because Boomba was trying to do something nice.
yeah. Yeah.
And in his mind, he was like, Elena has issues with the lady, so I'm going to make him think that the lady said that she just is taking care of these things and not going to put them in fights to the death.
And she was
And
like, "You're
so,
messing with my mind."
yep,
Oh, bless. Is there
yeah.
anything he wouldn't do? Like,
As far as
is there a line if the lady said you have to go and do X thing? Is there anything that she could send him to do that would make him go, maybe not, eh?
I don't think there is. I mean,
Mm.
he's like you said, he's very pragmatic. He's there for a reason. Um, and if he thought that he was either a more powerful than the lady or that the lady wasn't able to do what he was wanting, he might go, okay, I think it might be time for me to part ways and find somebody else.
Right.
But I don't think as long as he has the perspective that she has something to offer him and he can get something from her, he's not going to say no.
Fair enough. Interesting. All right. Um, yeah, that's all the questions I had on my little notepad thingy. Um, but yeah, I will say that I love this character. Because I love that I never know what he's going to do.
Oh yeah,
It
I
keeps
love
it
playing with
really
all this
interesting. Yeah, it's
all those spells that are out there, and most of them nobody plays with, and it's just like there's so many cool things that you can do with them if you think outside the box.
yeah, I
Just
love it.
thinking more than yeah, I'm gonna blow stuff up.
It's really cool. I really enjoy him as a character because I'm like, oh, Bombah's in this adventure. Anything could happen. It's great. Um, okay. Well, thank you for being part of this thing that we have done. It has grown much bigger than I expected. And you are a delight to play with. Um, and yeah, I guess we will see what comes next for Bombah. in
See if he dies or not.
the future. See if he dies or not. So your next adventure, as we're recording this, is the Elementals one. Are you in there?
I am in the mermaid one where we have to rescue the mermaid from the
Yes,
bathhouse.
the
Or
bathhouse. So that will be the
Yeah.
one that gets you to 15 if you don't die.
yes,
Cool. Well,
cool.
I look forward to it. I look forward to seeing what he has up his sleeve for this
Mm.
bathhouse full of demons. And thank you very much for being a part of this thing.
Thank you.
And
Oh, I just said thank you for running it.
oh, it's honestly such a joy. I love it so much. Yeah. And everyone watching, thank you for watching, and we will see you in our next adventure. Have a beautiful day. Mwah.